Hello world, I am Johan de Bruin, and today I'm going to talk about my second devblog of Cytopolis. So, I want to focus this video on the progress I made this week, which was a focus of how to make the game pretty and how to add some animations and sprites to the strategy elements. Now, if you didn't cut up from my previous videos, Cytopolis is an online strategy game, and yeah, it's focused on teaching biology through the management of a custom cell. So I want to talk a little bit about this prototype I'm building, right? And emphasis on prototype because it's not the real game. And originally, when I started to work on this, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna spend a couple of weeks just to build just to be able to answer the question, can I build an online game using like PlayFab and Unity? That was it. I just wanted to know technically. And then once I built that, I'm like, well, that doesn't really answer the question of can I build a strategy online game about biology? So I'm like, okay, 2 weeks is not going to be enough. I'm going to extend it. And I'm like, okay, if I spend 6 weeks, I'll be able to like understand some mechanics and make sure I have a good analysis of how long it's going to take. Ultimately, I wanted to answer the question, okay, what's the complexity of building an online game, right? That was it. So I will be able to trace a plan. So I built that. I built a biology game, a small prototype, just a couple of mechanics, just like 1 minute of gameplay, and it was boring as fuck. And I'm like, well, I cannot base my project on this. So I'm like, now I'm in this phase where I'm gonna spend 10 weeks to be able to tell if I can build an online strategy game and if I can build it, fun enough. And 10 weeks, man. 10 weeks, it's a long time. Okay? I'm like, holy crap. It's 2 months and a half of work, full time of paying my bills and everything, and I'm not getting anything on it. I'm not even getting a game, right? I built Grammar Wars, by the way. A small grammar game in 3 months. But it's fine, because I'm learning so much. I've learned how to build online games using PlayFab. I've learned, how to build a strategy tile-based game. I knew how to do it online, and I learned how to implement some biology concepts. I did a lot of biology studying while I was doing this. So more or less, I think it's worth it, but I'm gonna cut it there. 10 weeks, that's it. So I am 8 weeks. This was my 8th week of development. I'm gonna do 2 more weeks. 1 week, which is going to be this one, Monday is today, right? Focusing on getting the game done, and another week to publish it into itch.io because I want to get some feedback. Now that I get out this far, I want to release it and show it in front of teachers and get some feedback. So, all right, let's just go and talk about what I did this week now. So, yeah. All right, so first I want to show a little bit about what's the workflow we are following. So, Cytopolis prototype is being developed by 2 persons, myself as a developer, my brother as an artist. And we're using Jira to track more or less our tasks and our velocity. And you can tell here that, yes, we did indeed spend 8 weeks of development. And this is not very well reflected, but you can see that we completed about 13 tasks. Now, a task in an organization could mean a lot of different things. In Erudis games, a task means something between 2 to 6 hours of work. So yeah, on average, we've been completing in between 11 and 15 tasks. This week, we only completed 13. We actually took 1 day off for family reasons. But more or less, you can tell that, yeah, we're still on average, so that's good. Now, I'm going to show the burn down of our latest sprint, so 8. And you can tell here what kind of tasks we did completed and which ones we didn't. So because we had 1 less day, we dropped these 3 tasks, but more or less you can tell that we did a few art tasks like new icons for glucose, new buttons, and a few sprites animations. And also a few development tasks, mainly be focused on visuals. So yeah, that's how we do it. And I'm also going to show you my current sprint. So I was there, here it is, and you can see that, yes, indeed, we have a Johan de Bruin, myself, I have a bunch of tasks. I'm gonna focus on improving gameplay and having the game done. And my brother is going to finish those art assets that we are missing. So we're gonna include the organelles and things like that, so he's gonna implement those. All right, so let me show you the progress I made. So this is Cytopolis, this is the cell selection screen. And you can see that now we have brand new buttons. My brother has been playing with the implementation of Material Design UI. So this button, I feel it looks much sharper and better, especially against this blue background. You can tell it's a call to action thanks to the new color, the purple. And you know, it's just, it's okay for a prototype, right? So I'm gonna click it. And the first thing you'll see is the fact that now we have this background shader. And this is the first time I use shader graph. I've used a video to inspire about this from, I think it was Sprakis or Skyku, I'm not sure. I will link the description. It's about how to do water effects. Yeah, I like the effect. I mean, I can improve it, but for a prototype, I just wanted to check out how to use shaders on Unity, and I got it. So that's one improvement we did. Next one is we are also using a shader to display an animation when we place an organelle. So I'm going to place this ribosome, and you'll see that we got kind of like a shader to display it. I'm going to use with the membrane receptor too. All right. So yeah, that's another thing we did this week. I'm going to equip an enzyme, and you'll see now that there is a sprite animation when you equip an enzyme and we are generating resources. So that's another thing we changed. Also, I'm going to click on this resource, and there is an animation like granting the ATP, and now I'm going to click on the carbon. And I also got an extra carbon and an animation. And both the mitochondria and the membrane receptor, they both have like a sprite animation indicating that they are generating. It's very subtle in the mitochondria, but if you zoom in, you can see how it flashes. And it's more obvious in the membrane because it's actually moving, even though against this background, you can see very well. And yeah, so I think that's it. I mean, I also included this resource panel to tell what resources we have, so the player will know. And yeah, I'm gonna equip another resource. And what else did I do? I think that's it. So yeah, we did some corporate, and we did some documentation, we did some studying, but yeah, the new buttons and the new icons and things like that. Shader and equip animation, gather resource animation, display available items on the box left, and implement the sprite animations when the organelle is generated. Yeah, that's the implementation we did this week. So yeah, I mean, 1 week of work, actually 4 days because we missed one, and we got a lot of fanciness going on now. I feel more engaging to click those bubbles so they can explode and give me resource. Oh yeah. All right, so I'll see you next week, and yeah, let me know with any comments or any direction around what we should implement for next week. I can always adjust based on your feedback. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.